Yo, what is good, YouTube, and welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we're going to be doing episode number one of I Build Your Teams, the series where I build my viewers' teams to the best teams possible for my team unlimited and or competitive play based on how much MT they have and what their squad is currently looking like. Before we hop onto the video, if you haven't already, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Help me push towards the 7,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day, and I would really appreciate your support if you haven't already, if you do subscribe. Additionally, if y'all want to be involved in a future episode of the series, make sure you drop me a follow on Twitter. Be on the look for a tweet about this series on Friday nights. I upload it on Saturday, but if the earlier you upload, you add your team, especially on Friday nights, the better chance you are to get into the video. But without further ado, let's hop right into it. So first team today comes in from my boy Nardog. He said he's gonna lock in Mullen, and he's gonna start buying players once the Chicago set is complete with tokens. So for me personally right now, I'm just gonna assume that you have Mullen to replace Reed or Booker. I don't even see Booker in your lineup. Oh, he updated his team. Never mind. I'm tripping. Okay, so he's got this squad right here, or he had this squad right here, and then he swapped it around a little bit is what happened, it looks like. So it looks like his PDs are Ja and Steph. I would probably, if you're going to get Mullen, I would probably throw him in at that starting two. I think he'd be your best two. And then you can still bring Trapuka and Reed, or Rozier and Trapuka off the bench. Kawhi at the 3 is good. Scotty and X-Man at the 4s are very, very solid. And then Rudy Gobert and DeMarcus Cousins at the 5s are also elite. Honestly, if you just add Mullen to the squad, I don't really see the need to upgrade things right now. You don't really have the MT to do so either. I think that would be very, very solid to add to this team. And I like your team a lot, to be completely honest. I don't think this is the type of team that is in need of significant upgrades. I was a little bit confused for a second there because you sent 2 pictures, so that makes more sense. But second team today comes in from buysvcbomb. He says he's very defense oriented, so he likes this team, but he's open to suggestions. Got a pretty good squad, but he's only got 7 guys in the lineup, which is kind of limiting. I like your starting lineup though. I don't think there's anything wrong with the starting lineup. One thing I do notice, your starter Jimmy Butler is evoed, which means you get a second starter player. Make sure you get Ja Morant and throw him in at that backup point guard position. Evo him up. He's better than Steve Kerr, and that's a free quality backup point guard. Additionally, Giannis, throw him at that backup 4. And then look to add a 2, a 3, and a 5. And the 2, 3, and 5 that I personally would be looking to add would be probably Kelly Trapuka at the 2, Scotty Barnes at the 3, and Pau Gasol at the 5. Those 3 cards I think would be the 3 guys to add. You could honestly start Scotty Barnes over Kawhi as well. I think that would be an improvement right there. To be completely honest, I would definitely be looking to make that upgrade personally. But those 3 upgrades, Trapuka, Barnes, and Gasol, would probably complete your bench at a very, very high level, as well as picking up Ja as a great starter card. But your starting lineup honestly is very, very solid. Doesn't really need improvements. CoachKobo is in with the next team for this video. He says he'll have KD soon. He's using Booker over Fred Jones, but his PlayStation's down. That's fair. I heard about that happening last night. But he's got Steph, Fred Jones, Scotty Barnes, Giannis, Shaq, Ja, MJ, X-Man, Kiki, and Bill Cartwright. I don't know how much MT you have. You didn't specify that, which is all right. But okay, we got Steph. I'm trying to think what I would do with this team. I think center would be a good upgrade. I think Pau Gasol, add Pau Gasol to your starting lineup, bring Shaq off the bench. That would be a nice upgrade that you can make. Make sure you finish evoing Ja. MJ and X-Man I don't have a problem with whatsoever. He says he's going to get KD, so KD can slot in at that backup 4 instead of Kiki Vandeweghe, and you're using Booker instead of Fred Jones, which I'm totally cool with. You could also add Kelly Trapuka at the 3. So make sure you finish evoing Ja. Add Pau Gasol and slide Shaq to the backup center. Replace Kiki with KD, and then Booker or Kiki or Kelly Trapuka or somebody like that can slide in at the 2 as well. And I think once you make those upgrades, your team honestly very, very solid. Definitely no issues there. Next team today comes in from Denver. He says he's nobody spent with no pre-order bonus. Plays on current. Fred Jones got to go. Got Steph again. Ja on Sapphire. Make sure you finish evoing this job to Ruby. Fred Jones, Reggie Lewis, Scotty Barnes, Kawhi, Giannis, Kiki, Rudy, and Shaq. He's only got 4,000 MT, so he's kind of limited in terms of what type of upgrades he can make. But I would say if you're tired of Fred Jones, he's annoying you, and I don't think he's that great of a card, which I do agree with. I'd probably look for a guy like Kelly Trapuka again. He's not going to be out of your price range right now, and he's an absolute knockdown shooter. Very, very good card at the 2 right now. Probably the best budget 2 in the game. I think he's the guy that you look to target for that area, and then you look to save some tokens, make some MT, things like that, to look towards picking up guys like Pau Gasol, and then token cards like Kevin Durant and LeBron. I think that is where you would honestly be best looking for upgrades right now. And then you add Kelly Chapuka at the 2 in your team, honestly. It's pretty solid already, especially for a nobody spent team. Good stuff. Francisco, he says he has 250 KMT. Wow, he is okay, he's a big baller. Looking to build the best team possible without overspending. He wants to spend 30K per player if any new additions. He's got Steph, Ja, Jimmy, MJ, Kawhi, Braun, Giannis, Scotty, Pau, and Joel Embiid. Pretty darn good team. I like that. Okay. Scotty Barnes, Kawhi Leonard. I would swap Scotty and... Yes, I would add Scotty to the starting lineup. I think he's better at the 3 than Kawhi or LeBron. Then pick who you prefer out of Kawhi or LeBron and play them as your backup 3 and get KD from the token market to play at the backup 4 or just play X-Man at the backup 4. I'm playing X-Man personally at the backup 4 right now. I think he's really, really good. I think he'd be a great player to pick up. Outside of that, I don't really think any position on your team needs upgrades. But I think since you have the MT, you could make some upgrades, which would be super, super nice. The first time I've recommended these upgrades this video, and that would be picking up Zach LaVine. I think picking him up at the 2, bringing Jimmy Butler off the bench at the 2 would be super nice. And then considering one of the more expensive centers as well, like a Rudy Gobert, would not be a bad idea either. Give you Steph, LaVine, Kawhi, Giannis, and Pau, or Steph, LaVine, Scotty, Giannis, and Pau, I should say, and then Ja, Jimmy, Scotty, or I'm not Scotty, sorry, Ja, Jimmy, LeBron, or Kawhi, X-Man, and Rudy. I think that 10-man would be really, really good. And those 2 cards are expensive, admittedly, but it's going to cost you less than 100K combined for the 2 cards still, and you're still going to have over 150K, which is still a very, very solid amount. All right, second to last team comes in from Raph 2K. He says he's not home. This is his team. He's got 5 KMT. Ja and Ruzier Evo. That is very, very solid. Fred Jones and Chapuka. I don't mind that. Kawhi and Scotty Barnes. Giannis and X-Man and Pau Gasol and Shaq. Honestly, when you look at a budget team, I think this is a very, very solid one. Really not a bad team at all, really, in any specific area. And with 5 KMT right now, I would recommend you more so focus on saving your MT so that you can continue to upgrade your squad with the best budget players and things like that, and maybe work towards getting some of those top end players. I think that's probably your best bet right now, instead of trying to like spend that 5K right now and find something that you could upgrade, because you might be able to find something kind of, but I'm not really sure there is anything available right now. And I'd be focusing on just saving your MT because you already have a really solidly well-built budget squad on here already. And then finally, the last team today comes in from Hard. He's got 15K MT, pretty decent team for sure. I definitely like it, and I think you can make a couple of upgrades. So I will say that Ja's good. Rondo is not bad. He's not a great shooter, but he's a really good defender. I think Kevin Love is probably better off at the 5 in my personal opinion, just because he's pretty darn slow, and I think you could actually free up some MT to improve your team just a little bit by selling Rudy Gobert, and I think you will probably start Giannis at the 4 and then put Pau Gasol at the 5, Kevin Love at the backup 4, X-Man at the backup 4. I'm sorry, X-Man at the backup 4, Kevin Love at the backup 5 is what I meant to say, and then you pick up a you need a small forward at that point. Scotty Barnes, that's what you do. John Morant, Robert Reed, or Chapuka, Scotty Barnes, Giannis, Pau, and then off the bench you go Rondo, Fred Jones, the other one between Reed and Chapuka, X-Man, and Kevin Love. I think that 10-man is very, very solid, and honestly is something that is very attainable for you as well. So that is where I would go with that team, and that is going to do it for this video. First episode of the year. Like I said, if you want to be involved in a future episode of the series, make sure you follow me over on Twitter and be on the lookout for a tweet about this series every single Friday night. And I really appreciate y'all's support on the channel. If you did enjoy the video, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon, and I appreciate y'all. Peace.